Hey friends, this is Grace and welcome to my channel and Happy New Year. This video is I'm going to be sharing with you my project plans for 2025. Just a heads up, I'm actually filming this. It's still in 2024, but I want to make this video because I've already have ideas of what I am going to be doing in 2025. And so I wanted to share that with you as like my first video of the year. Also, I just want to let you know that this video might be a little bit longer than my usual. So however you watch longer videos, if that's like, you know, sitting down with a cup of your favorite drink or doing some laundry to go with it, or you cut them or you watch them in chunks, it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to watch this, but I will be giving you kind of a warning that this is longer than my usual videos. Okay, so 2025, I have a lot of things that I want to get done. I was really productive and prolific, I want to say, in 2024. I had all of these challenges that I was joining in. I was trying out these new things, and so I want to build onto that momentum. So my first project, if you follow me on any of my socials, you know that me and my family had this big trip last summer, in summer of 2024, and we went to the Philippines. Before then, it had been over 20 years since I've been back because my parents live in the US and so are my siblings. So there was really no rush, urgency to go back to the Philippines. But we had a great time and it was 17 days. And so I want to make a mini book out of it. So what I've done so far has been slowly printing the pictures. I do go through an online app or company to get my pictures printed, and one of these days I'll talk about them, but I kind of get them in chunks. So I've been sorting them as I get them, and I'm sorting them by the days because that's in my head, that's what I want to do with this album. And then I've also started collecting some materials for it, or some supplies. Sorry, I'm pulling this out. I should have pulled it out before I did the video. But so some of the things that I've done. So here are just some of the ephemera that I want to keep as well. So I'm going to put that here. And then I just went through my stash and just kind of went through and see what I can use. And so this might not end up on the album, it might, it just depends. I just want to have all of them together in one spot so that when I start creating, they're all within my reach. Another thing that I was inspired to do this was I follow this one gal on Instagram, and shoot, I cannot remember her name right now, but she is European. I think she's European, and she has these really awesome mini albums. She makes them. I think she is in the design team for Ali Edwards, and I know she has a few classes at Big Picture, but a lot of her mini albums are very interactive. There's a lot of different designs in there, and so she inspired me. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think I'm gonna be going through that kind of level of creativity with this project, just because I feel like hers is just way out there, out of my comfort zone, and I don't have time to do all of the things that she does. But it inspired me to create a mini album that I am going to try to incorporate some kind of interactive parts in it. So the goal is that I'm going to start off with this Paper Studios 8x8 album, and when I purchased this, it actually came with some inserts, and then I also purchased more inserts from there was an Echo Park sale, warehouse sale, and so I purchased some more. And as you can see, this is kind of a blank album cover, and so I'm thinking of doing something with that cover as well. So here's my plan, is that I'm going to use these different kinds of inserts. and I'm going to use a combination of them for every day, and then they're going to be kind of the same format so that whoever's looking at it will kind of know, okay, we're done with day 1, we're going to do the day 2 and day 3, and so on and so forth. And then I did purchase, so I have a Echo Park travel, and then I think I have the ephemera, and then I have, where is that? So I have some stamps to go with it, like little stamps, and then this enamel dot, this one, and then the ephemera pack. So I have some travel themed products, but then I also, again, wanted to go through my stash and see what I can use. And these are the sheet protectors that I'm telling you about. Of course, you're not going to see them really well in the video because they're clear, but I also pulled a bunch of just cards, like 4x6s. I have this card, I think this one's Heidi Swap, I can't remember, but it has numbers, and so I'm thinking I'm going to use that for the numbers of the day. See, it's still 2015, so I'm going to see if I can use that, incorporate all of that. And then a long time ago, I was one of my jobs in the scrapbooking world is to be a design team member, and I used to design for this brand Photo Matter. And what it is that they have these different kinds of configurations of how you put this. You can put this in an 8.5 by 11 binder, and there's different configurations. And so I used to design for them, and this company is also connected to Whirlwind Cardstocks, which I was also part of their design team. But anyways, long story short, they even used my projects for their packaging. Like, I made that one right there, and then I can't remember if I made those ones. No, I don't think I made these ones, but there are some packaging that like this one. This is my album right there. Anyways, I pull them out, and I'm going to try to use them if I have extra pictures or if I have things I want to tuck in. I'm going to use some of these things. And then I have photo corners, I have labels, and some more labels over there. So that is kind of like the gist of this plan. Of course, I am going to document them as I make it, so it's probably going to be another series here in my channel. So that's the first project that I'm doing in 2025. All right, the next project that I have in 2025 is that I am bringing back my A through Z challenge or scrapbook. I don't even remember how I titled this, but it was the A to Z scrapbook challenge, where I picked a letter and then there was a corresponding supply for that, and then I used that supply to make a page. And I really like that one. I did that in 22, 23, I think. And so what I did, now this is just like me, like the analytical thinker that I am, I had put in all of the products that I had used for the 22-23 series, and then I had put a 24. I initially wanted to start this in 24, but I ended up running out of time, so I did a 24-25. Will probably be a 25-26. It all depends on how many I make in a month. Anyways, I created a totally new list of products that I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do something different. Now, I just kind of was looking around of like ways that I can make this even more fun for me, is that I wanted to do some kind of a spinner thing. Now this is not working right now. I need something that's thicker than this paper, but you can tell the idea, right? That I'm spinning this, and then I will get into a letter, and then that's the letter that I'm gonna make for that particular challenge. Fun, right? So this is what I'm gonna do to just spice things up and get my mojo going. Now, if you're interested, I actually just found this one online. I was looking for just a wheel, kind of an alphabet wheel, and I came across this one. This is not sponsored, just want to let you know this is just what I found online. It's called claymaze.com. See if you can find, Google a decoder wheel activity, and this is just a printable that I found in the website. There is a smaller one as well, and as you can see, I just cut that one out. I did print that on a cardstock because I know I wanted something thicker and sturdier for me to go through the whole year. And again, I'm going to change this out to something thicker maybe like a chipboard, so that it will actually spin, because right now it doesn't really spin on its own. I'll have to figure that out. So if you want to play along with this, I will have the list of the A through Z list on my blog. That's where I'm going to put this list, and you can either follow along with your own alphabet and going through A through Z for the year, or you can wait till I pick my letter and then create your layout after that. It's up to you. This is just my way of sharing the ideas that I am thinking of doing in 2025. So this is the second project simultaneously that I'm going to make in 2025. All right, so for my third project that I'm gonna create for 2025 and kind of, incorporate with all of the other things that I am doing, is a memory planner again. And I've kind of shown you a little peek of this in one of my memory planner shares. I gotta tell you, I have really enjoyed making a memory planner last year. I'm gonna show you mine. Mine, like I said, I'm filming this when we're not finished yet with 2024, but as you can see, mine is pretty thick. I made my own and I really like how it turned out, but I found this one at Hobby Lobby. It was on sale, and so I grabbed it along with the inserts. It's lovely. I'm just a little worried that it's not going to have the same room as I was used to with this particular one, but I'm going to try it, because what I really love about this memory planner is that I'm able to capture, document, save my stories for a whole year in just this smaller version of memory keeping. I do have all my 12 by 12 albums still. I have all of that, and it's still growing, but I like this idea because it has a smaller footprint in my space. So I really like that one. And so I'm going to try to incorporate that again in 2025. And like I said, I found this one on sale at Hobby Lobby. And so it already has its dividers and everything, and it has this really nice album that it comes in, and it already is labeled, so I don't have to worry about that. That's something that I really like. And then it has, of course, like the month in a glance, which I'm sure I will be able to use. But then it has this space, so the spaces, instead of it going vertical, it's kind of in a grid. And I think I can manage a 2x3 photos over here still, but my journaling, that's kind of what I'm worried about. So I'm going to have to think about ways in order for me to make this work for the existing process that I already have. One thing I am noticing is that there's not going to be a need for a lot of decorations, which is fine by me as well, because I'm going to show you again this planner that I have. Because it's vertical, as you can see, I have my picture, a little bit of journaling, and then because I have all this space, sometimes I don't need it for a lot of journaling, that I end up just decorating it. Again, I love it. I do love how it just brings color, and I'm able to use all my supplies. But at the same time, I think because that's one less thing I have to do, that this is not going to be too creative for me. This is just documenting, which is fine too. I think that sometimes we feel guilty that we're not decorating as much, or that this is just plain, especially if you are like me, where you need lots of color, you need lots of decorations on there. So this is going to be an interesting way for me to look at memory keeping, is that streamlined process. It's going to be very simple. The majority of it will be photos and journaling. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm very excited about this new type of memory keeping. Oh, they also have a month in a glance. Look at that. As you can see, I haven't really looked at the layout of this. I just know that they had this parts here, which I really need. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do. Maybe I can use this part for like maybe special occasions, like things that are happening. I don't know. I still, if you have a memory planner that's kind of like this, can you leave me something in the comment section below? What do you do with all those different parts, like the month in a glance, like this one, and then also the other month in a glance, like this part? What do you do in your memory planner to fill this up, plus the weekly thing? So I want to know that, and if you can, if you have the time, please leave that in the comment section below. And look how beautiful this album is. It's just so lovely, and it will look really good on my shelf. So that is project number 3 that I'm planning on working on in 2025. All right, project number 4 that I want to continue doing and participating in is the Scrapbook Generation Facebook group Create Weekly Challenge. I know that's a mouthful, but I just got to tell you, I did this in 2024, and if you've been following me, if you're watching my videos, you know that occasionally I would do a layout share of the layouts that I have made all throughout the year. And this is one thing that I have done consistently. I'm very proud of myself for being able to stick with this challenge, but I really love how the prompts are very low key. They're not too like out there that not every kind of scrapper can follow. And I also like how sometimes it will make me think outside of the box or challenge me, get me out of my comfort zone. So I really like that. And the idea of, like, I've never done this where I make one layout a week. I've never done that. Now, sometimes I would make 3 layouts and 3 layouts for that whole month, right? Like I would spend some time in my scrapbook area and just make 3 layouts, but I do it in one sitting, and then I won't touch my supplies again for another week or maybe even 2 weeks. And so this idea of being able to create once a week, it has really changed the game for me. I feel really inspired. And there are times where I make a layout that I'm not quite happy about, but I think that's another beauty about scrapbooking, is you can make something and it's such a what's the word I'm thinking about, is it's a low-key way of getting into creativity, because it's just one layout, right? I mean, of course you spent money on the products and things like that, but it's one layout. It's a story documented, and if you don't quite like it, at least there's a story document and you can move on to the next thing. And so I love that. Whereas, like, say if you're doing a painting, right? Some painting takes months. Even like the masters in painting, they took years in making their paintings. Of course, with that kind of investment, you have to be really all in. But when it comes to making a layout, if it's one layout that you don't quite like, you can just move on and create another one that you like. And eventually, you will have a body of work that you will be proud of. If nothing else, you will have a body of work that you have documented yours and your family's story. So that's another reason why I still scrapbook to this day. I've been scrapbooking for over 20 years, and that's still like my why, is because I want to document the stories, and then everything else is kind of underneath that, but all of that encompasses my passion for this. I hope you can hear that in my voice, because if there's no scrapbookers in the world, then how are we able to document all of these little stories from all different kinds of people? Because let me tell you, there have been scrapbookers, maybe not our kind with all these fancy tools and pretty papers, but there have been documenters, genealogists, historians, scrapbooker type people, all from all centuries, right? So we're just part of that. So anyways, off my soapbox, I am still going to create with Scrapbook Generation. They're one of my favorite groups out there. I gotta tell you though, that if you want to join in, I will have the link to their Facebook group in the description box below, but you do have to have a Facebook account. That's just that's just the nature of the game. So if you don't like Facebook, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to participate. And I don't have control over the prompts that they give. I am just a participant. I have no connections with them. I was just really enjoying the process and the challenge in 2024. And so I am continuing with 2025. And I printed out their tracker. They give you a tracker so you can track. Again, it's per month. So like January, there's 4 stars, and then February, and so on and so forth. And you just kind of color that in as you go. They also have this year in 2025, they added a few things like if you have layout goals, there's a paper where you can put layout goals. If you have organizational goals, there's a paper for organizational goals. And then another thing, if you want to jot down the challenges. For me, this is all I need because I just look at the challenge and then I focus on that specific challenge for that week. Like that's all I think about. I think that's another reason why I like it because I am on time with making my layout. I don't need to have that the pressure and the stress of having to make 5 layouts because I missed 5 weeks or things like that. There was a few weeks in the summer that I did not make my layout on that week because I was on vacation, but I was able to make those and catch up. So, but anyways, that is the 4th project, ongoing project that I will be making in 2025. So with that, those are all my goals. I'm making a travel mini album. I am going to continue or going to start up a new A to Z product challenge for myself, and I'm inviting you if you want to join. I am continuing a memory planner. This time it's a different style, so that's going to be a challenge as well. And then plus my weekly 2025 create layout. So I hope you're as excited as me with the possibilities that we can have in 2025. If you like any of these, I'm going to try to make sure that the links are in the description box. And if you want to join me, follow along, and you are not a subscriber yet, please hit that subscribe button and also add the bell button so that you will be notified by YouTube when I post a new video. I try to post a video once a week. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but you guys know it. We all have lives that we live. So this is just my goals. I'm hoping that this will propel me to continue being prolific. But of course, there's no stress because if there's too much stress in your hobby, then it just takes away the fun. So this is what's going to bring me joy in 2025. And I hope that you will join me, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye now.